Sorry, this because of the space it ran out. I have to continue from the remaining portion now. I thought of telling you, but I thought of covering it also in this part. But anyway, let's continue without wasting much time. So previously, what did I tell you? I told you that the children previously knew about the importance of the books. They knew how to read books, how to read the number of books that interested them, the books that were relevant, unlike the children of the modern times. They do not read books nowadays. They are just gaping at the television sets, the idiotic television sets. Then fill the shelves with lots of books, ignoring all the dirty looks, the screams and yells, the bites and kicks, and children hitting you with sticks. Fear not, because we promise you that in about a week or two of having nothing else to do. So what will they do after you have uninstalled the TV sets? What will they do after you have stopped them from watching the television? Yes, after you have filled the books, instead of TV sets, you have filled the bookshelves with books. They will probably ignore all these dirty things. They will probably ignore, you should all ignore their dirty looks, because they might object, they might throw random tantrums, they might create a lot of trouble for you, but you have to withstand the trouble, because ultimately you are working for their good. So it is of utmost importance that you realize the importance of reading books and uninstall the TV sets, because they might attack you. With children with hitting sticks, obviously they are not criminals. They throw tantrums. Basically, that is what the poet is telling. That once you have done this thing, once you have removed the television sets and instead replaced them with bookshelves, in about a week or two, when they have nothing else to do, you know what will they do? Once they have found that they have nothing else to do, they will automatically go back to their books. They will realize that the books are their best friends. Television sets were really idiotic. They will feel the need of something to read, and once they start, oh boy, you watch the slowly growing joy, because reading books, nothing gives you better joy than reading books. That fills their hearts. They'll grow so keen, that means they'll grow so interested in reading books, they'll wonder what they'd ever seen in that ridiculous machine, that nauseating, foul, unclean, repulsive television screen. And later, each and every kid will love you more for what you did. So the poet here is telling that once you have taken this step, once you have taken the children to their path of growth and development on a holistic level, because nothing can grow and develop your darling thoughts more than the books. They might initially they might throw tantrums, but you have to withstand them, as I told earlier also. And since they will not have anything to watch, since they will have nothing else to do, they will automatically fall back on their books. Same goes for us also. Just imagine the time when we are without our mobile phones. We generally do more productive work than that. It goes for me, it goes for you also. So the same thing will happen for these kids also. So you can really imagine and compare it with our contemporary times, and that is why this poem becomes so relevant and so easy to read, because you can practically visualize the crisis at that time and the crisis now. Okay, so he is Roald Dahl is telling that it is a ridiculous machine, and once they start reading those books, they will themselves start wondering that, oh my god, what had I been just watching at those television sets, that ridiculous, foul, nauseating, unclean television screen, what was there? And once they realize this, they will automatically thank you. Thank whom? The parents, the elders who have taken these initiatives of removing the television sets and installing the bookshelves instead. Okay, so this is what our poem is all about. I'm sorry I had to stop in between that part, because I thought of taking up this challenge of finishing that 93 line poem in one video, but nevertheless we had to divide it. But it is all right. It is for your easier understanding and better analysis that we could do it. So this is what brings us to the end of the poem. Now the thing that I was going to tell you is that TV sets, television programs, and whatever you are talking about, or Roald Dahl is rather talking about, you cannot totally ignore it, or neither should you totally just stop watching it, because there are certain things, rather it is the need of the time, that at times we resort to television, we resort to the things that it is being shown here. Now that half of us, if you compare to the present time, half or more than half have mobile phones, barring few, this news media, the other world, the outside world, all of the means the entire world is right at our fingertips. And in this constant rat race, though it is bad, but still in this constant rat race, it is of utmost importance that we stay up to date. All our information are at our fingertips, isn't it? So every time reading books will not help you. Yes, books are important, it is invaluable. You cannot just put on any scale with television sets or mobile screens or whatever with books, physical books. And on a different level, if you compare the existence of physical books, the importance of physical books with television sets or mobile screens, it is absolutely on a different realm altogether. Because until for me personally, until and unless I feel the smell of books, it will remain still incomplete, no matter how many books I read, or means as electronic ebooks, but still it is the need of the hour that sometimes I have to read ebooks, either because the book is not available presently, or because of storage, physical storage capacity in my house. So whatever it is, you have to understand this very carefully, that yes, Roald Dahl is totally means like bad mouthing the television sets and the television, but altogether it is not bad, as bad as Roald Dahl is talking about. And another thing is that these with the advent of the television and media and all these things, to certain extent I feel, I don't know whether the others will agree to this or not, or it might be so much relevant to you or not, but keep this in mind, it might help you to write answers unique, quite unique, and help you fetch better marks, is that probably Roald Dahl was against this globalization, because once you bring in your television sets or whatever, any gadgets, there is constant upgradation, one grade after the other, and it goes on and on and on, and it is portrayed in such a way that you are literally brainwashed into buying it, or reading it, or grasping it, or seeing it. Like any ad you see, any advertisement you see of any movie or any daily soap or any electronic gadget, whatever it is shown as unmissable, unstoppable. Okay, you mean something that if you miss, you're going to lose out a lot. Something if you don't get, it is not worthwhile. So it becomes so important to us that we automatically are drawn to extract it, even though we do not need it. So that is something that he was probably against of, that books, no matter how much globalization or whatever takes place, books will remain in their place, because there is no harm in procuring books. Yes, you may have storage problems, that is all right, that is a different issue, but the more you read books, the more you procure books, the more you are procuring knowledge, because you will not die with your television or your mobile sets, isn't it? You will die with your knowledge, that will go with you. And that is where I end my discussion today. I have spoken a lot, I don't want to bore you much. Anyway, this poem is really very simple, because everything is stated very clearly. There is not much hidden or inner meaning that you find in most of the other poems of your syllabus. Okay, so enjoy this poem, have a wonderful read, and please go through the first part before you move on to the second part, that is of primary importance. Otherwise it will be just the, what is it, I can't understand, that kind of thing. Please don't do that. It is for your better understanding that I'm telling. And like my customary telling, I tell every time, please subscribe to my channel, One Stop All Poetry Solution. Encourage your friends to join in, subscribe, watch, like and share. Don't be afraid to comment, because your comments are something that are really really invaluable. I'm working towards the betterment of the videos. Let me see, because my aim is 100 mark, and I know all my viewers will help me to reach this 100 mark subscription soon. We're already 60 up. Thank you for your support. Hope to see you soon in the next video. Until then, happy learning.